keep bringing diverse personalities together. I think that's great. And it's also wonderful to hear people talk sanely to each other today.
I call this, it's a fun scene. It's called Hanging with the Homies. We're hanging out. All of us are hanging out, having a good time. Why not? Who would be a perfect fit to hang out with us? Would it be King Lear, Juliet's nurse, Christopher Sly of Taming of the Shrew, or Feste of 12th Night?
Well, Juliet's nurse is kind of fun.
She's so fun.
Yeah. If we were going to go crazy, it would be Christopher Sly.
Right now, we're going to kick over to Treach for another trio of options. Hannibal Lecter as a regular cast member of 90210, Big Bird the Bounty Hunter, or Conan the Librarian.
Conan up in there? Yeah. To see them carry him out there like about 50 agents on top of it.
But Aries, before you leave, anything you'd like to tell Mr. Mark Henry?
It was an honor to officially meet you, talk to you. I would love to get your number so that somewhere along the line to figure out how to help each other.
But I ain't a Super Bowl champion. I'm not a wrestler. But I'm going to teach those guys a little something in this round there, Avi.
If you were going to name 10 important people in the 20th century, how many women would be on that list?
Select one person, Nancy, at any point in your life that was there to support you when you needed it most. Who would it be and why?
7-hour straight procession for his wake that people just kept coming and saying, I haven't seen your dad since I was like 12 years old, but he had this impact on me.
So Mr. Lou Ferrigno will let us know who he has selected as the most influential teacher in his life.
I remember as a kid being beaten up. I used to read about comic books and discovered monthly magazines because I was obsessed with power.
Please, if you can, good sir, explain why you've selected Blank as the most satisfying movie, TV series, or play ending of all time, and why.
The rest is silence. It's a very earth-shattering expression of the end of our lives.
Watch Joe play. Good to be with Joe, the mad stuntman. Looking forward to it. Sorry, guys. I'm going to kick your ass.
Give those words to Eminem, he'll figure it out. He's the only person that can rhyme with orange.
I've got a story to tell. All I want to do is gel, but unfortunately I got Mr. Gargamel over there sitting with Azriel. So this is Papa Smurf, the hip hop artist. I love it.
Definitely. This is I think my top. I mean, because when you do the intro you gave me, I gotta give it to you. I like.
You deserve it. TKN Strong, baby. Saturday night, Valentine's Day. Thank you guys for watching and making this place, in a short period of time, a palace of positivity as we provide endless edutainment, guys, and philosophical fun. You know we're live right now. That's how we thrive. And guys and gals and pals, unprecedented. We have a celebrity couple special here on TKN. As always, positivity. Yeah, but we have a lot of fun. I got a fun game lined up for these amazing couples and great friends who are here carving out time live to be with us tonight. It's a short broadcast tonight. This is sort of a break from the celebrity tournament. It's back next Saturday, the final lap of round number 2, guys and gals and pals. Each round is constructed like an old television season. But guys, we're whittling it down, as you know. We still have Jesse Ventura coming up for a second round match, Lou Ferrigno-Sally, Jesse Raphael, John Lovitz, and many, many more. But guys, all of our competitors, or I should say all of our guests, are third-round participants of the tournament. They've already made it to round 3. That's going to come up in a few months. Only one's going to win this thing. Guys and gals and pals, again, thank you. Thank you for the numbers. In a short period of time, 8.1 million views. Thank you to Amazon Prime, guys and gals and pals, for giving us 6 episodes this May, finally believing in us from the ground up. And, of course, Progresso Soup. Whoop, whoop, we got the soup. Guys and gals and pals, why not? It's the right time right now, not just to devour some soup, but you know what? Honestly, yeah. Go over to your neighbors, see if they need some. Go to the shelter, see if they need some. Hand over some soup. Make a difference. People need it right now more than ever. They need unity, and hopefully we give you that in spades, guys. Unity galore. So with that, I'm going to zip the old lip in a minute, but first I want to give intros to our first celebrity couple. You guys have no idea who they are? You're going to find out right now. So with that, here we go. In a world filled with questions, it's comforting to know that there are simple answers when it comes to certain people. For instance, my first guest, honesty, his integrity, and his word. His passion and compassion. There are no questions when it comes to all the above because he's a quality human being. He's a class act, guys and gals, and he has a heart of gold. His father was his hero, and he experienced something unique when he was just 11 years old. He accompanied his father, who had a broken tibia, to the ring against Tarzan Tyler, but even as a youngster, he sold. Imagine being privy to your father's grudge matches against Abdul the Butcher, a dastardly heel, who in the ring would bring the doom and gloom, only to find out that he's chatting it up with your dad in your house in some other room. Guys and gals, this is due to the fact that this participant grew up as part of pro wrestling royalty. 4 generations of legends that started with his great uncle. How about that for loyalty? At 17 years old, despite his father not being receptive, he asked his mother for $350 and went to Calgary to train for Stampede. The territories awaited, so in 1978 he went somewhere that required speed. But indeed, his father would not have agreed. Louis Lorams suggests that he'd wrestle in Mexico, the altitude and language barrier were challenges, but it helped him get into great shape, and he learned to do his infamous back flip. As athletic as he was just as entertaining on the mic with a quip, an on-air showmanship. Yet he maintained his honesty and would always shoot from the hip. Georgia, Alabama, Memphis, all stops where he would hone his craft as he would continue to excel. Whether it was his brother Armand or Raymond, he would gel with just about anyone and go bell to bell with athletic stories in the ring, which were quite the stories that he would tell as he would help others propel. In 1885, the WWF came calling during their heyday. For nearly a decade, he would become, guys and gals and pals, a top talent there, definitely a mainstay. He won the Intercontinental title from the great Bret the Hitman Hart. He always knew how to reinvent himself and have a clean start. Legendary feuds with the Big Boss Man followed, including a storyline stint at an NYC jail. Later on, he and his partner Carl would win the tag titles 3 times as they always seemed to prevail. Around the time we remember him in WCW, he would do what only a handful of people did in history. He pinned Hulk Hogan clean in the Molson Center. The reason for this is no mystery. It's because he's a class act, and he and his family are so respected. That is all well-deserved. Let's not forget something that many who have seen the man behind the persona, guys, they all personally observed that he has helped many kids, as his fight against bullying and discrimination is one reason why he's an absolute gift. Let's all put our hands together and give him quite the lift. Let's take our time, guys. No need to be swift. His courage is consistent. You can rely on it like a Rick Barry free throw. Helping kids who've been bullied is his canvas, more beautiful than any Van Gogh. He is the 3rd round of this star-studded tournament where we have 161 Hall of Famers and award winners, where he'll sure be to bring the gusto. All of you watching always bring his name up, and rightly so. He's a friend that I appreciate fully, as his class is something we always see him bestow. He's sincere and genuine, and he can make you laugh because he's a comedian as well, like a mid-90s Ray Romano. They know his name around the world, from Glasgow to Monaco to Kosovo to Moscow. Even in the wintertime, his smile can melt the snow. So why don't you all grab a gyro and a glass of Merlot? I may not be a good combo, but regardless, I can tell you that you're all feeling quite gun-ho, as his impact is quite the presence, like Arnold kicking ass in Commando. Who am I bringing in? The mystery will be history. In a second, you'll know. You'll all might have figured it out, but this isn't a whodunit like Hitchcock's Vertigo, so get up and enjoy this ride. Like a Texan in a rodeo. Have you put the pieces together and figured it out like a common name of dominoes? All the love to overflow as this Scorpio welcomes back a legend of a human being. First name Jacques, last name Rougeau. Welcome, my friend, and welcome, Nathalie, as well. Happy Valentine's Day to you both.
Happy Valentine, everyone.
Great to see you.
Thank you, Abby.
Thank you.
That was longer than usual. You said you weren't going to make a big intro. That was pretty big.
Well, it had to be big because there's 3 of you right now on screen. 3. Who's your buddy? Who's your buddy there?
Yeah, Sonny.
Sonny, Natalie, welcome to TKN. I'm so happy you're with us. You've been such a big supporter. We're going to talk about all things, of course. In this episode, we've got a very fun game. We're talking about how you met, some advice for people out there as well, because you guys, it was amazing breaking bread with you on my birthday, by the way, November 17th in New Jersey. I love being able to shake both your hands, sit down and have a conversation. It felt like old times, even when it was the first time we met each other.
Thank you. And I want to say hello to Chad, Alison, Brittany, Phil, Giselle, Howard, Kelly, Lester, Miranda, and everybody. Every time I'm with the laptop and watch the show. But now
you're on the show. Because you're always you're right. You're commenting, and why we appreciate that so much.
No doubt. Hello to everyone.
I had to bring my A game. So there she is.
I've never seen your B game, so I know you always have one, my friend. Jacques, Rougeau, Natalie. I'm going to bring you guys right back, and I'm going to bring in our next 2 luminaries. We'll be off to the races.
Let's do it.
Mr. Jacques Rougeau, Natalie joining us live. I appreciate that. Guys and gals and pals, everyone will be on screen in about 1 minute because right now I want to bring in my next guest. Man, wow. Talk about inspiration in Jersey. How do I get the message out regarding this next great talent? Maybe there's Telegram. This ain't spam. My rhymes are teleported from me to him like a roundhouse for Van Damme. So be sure to tell your fam, because when they tune in, bam, they'll preach to you like Billy Graham that this human is recognized from Panama to Birmingham because his talent in rhymes never went on the lam. They actually saved you like a Baywatch lifeguard named Pam. But you know, this is because playing this stuff on the radio always caused a traffic jam. Frederick Douglass said, "The soul that is within me, no man can degrade." Guys and gals, our next participant was born in Newark and raised in East Orange, New Jersey. Guys and gals, his mom was a nurse, and his brother Diesel didn't exactly have it easy. Before his name was always, guys and gals, on the Grand Marquis, chopping up rhymes like Shredder, chewing up rock steady. The man paid his dues, and then some. Before Queen Latifah's flavor unit helped with guidance like a learning tree, traveling from city to city. The man forged a kinship and brotherhood with the late Tupac as they helped one another out. The man reminds us to get past the loud ad-libs and concentrate on the message. That is something we should always shout. To know the truth is to know the roots. So hip-hop, guys and gals, why not go back to 1989, around the time Abdul-Jabbar would score his final bucket on the free throw line. Arsenio became prime time. Alpha was wacky and out of line, while many screamed timber at the decline of a Soviet empire, while many were saying goodbye to their decade of decadence, which allowed them to fine dine while worshiping at the altar of suits and ties, who sipped on their Chateau Rothschild wine, despite poverty in many a city, having no pity, like my hometown of Queens, New York, where I'd listen to this artist many a lyrical miracle, because it was quite thrillical, as he'd shake you, break you, and educate you. Take it back, guys and gals, to the conception of hip-hop and the issues that were touched on, guys, in KRS-One, X-Clan, Brand Nubian, and embrace their positive messages all the time, whether you're kicking it in the icy cold NYC or under a palm tree in beautiful Miami. This lyricist, storyteller, and frontman, one of the most iconic groups, guys and gals, they were the first in hip-hop to take home a Grammy. Can you feel me flow? No, it ain't about me. It's all about the OPP, which is why these rhymes won't ever lead you astray. For that, we should always chant hip-hop hooray all day, as if it's a holiday, because this man is a guru of logic. Thanks to his poetry, we attain a level of clarity and insight, so everything's going to be all right. Yeah, those are just some of the classics that this artist painted for us on his beautiful canvas for us to appreciate. So erase the hate and contemplate, because the only one that sets you straight is a person who you need to tolerate, the man or woman in the mirror who can cross the winning plate. But wait, there's more. Poverty's paradise wasn't some folklore, but rather a roar that reminds us to soar and adore and explore the second act in life, what we know as the encore. But I'll go back to a time where an album called Independent Leaders inspired a plenty back in 1989. Even one screenwriter, guys and gals, known as yours truly, Alvy Klein, from New Style to Naughty by Nature, this man has accomplished everything he set his sights on, and I'm not being satiric. All one needs to do is check him out on his co-starring performance in 1994's Jason Lyric. Soon we will give him an applause, guys and gals, which is what I did when I watched him light it up on HBO's Oz. There are many accolades I can give this man for his versatility, durability, as he's hip-hop royalty. But these rhymes are going to wind down as I've reached the home stretch. So put your hands together for an intelligent, down-to-earth artist, storyteller, and human being, the one and only Treach and Sicily. Welcome both to TKN Saturday Night, my friend.
What's up, my guy?
That was great
to see
Ivy.
you. Great to see you. Great to see you.
That was great.
Yo, do you need some oxygen? I haven't seen you take a breath in 4 minutes. That's like humanly impossible.
Do you remember when Kareem needed oxygen against the Celtics in Boston Garden in '85? The oxygen mask. Man, it's so great to see you guys. And I always say this, fountain of youth. You both look great. There's no doubt. But would it be fair to say you look great because you guys always feel great? You put out so much positivity.
Yes, man. Hip hop the fountain of youth. We hip hop baby. So yeah, we don't never think we get old.
I love that. I love that, man. You know, there's so many things I could say, and I will right now. You know, when we talked about what you could do as far as a storyteller, the range that you have, being able to collaborate with you now behind the scenes, the script that we got, this project we're talking about, it's going to be a pleasure seeing you once again show the masses just how diverse an artist you are. I feel like, again, when I need a good laugh, right, Cicely, you could attest to this, you always tell me, Treach can give it to us. When it's time to get serious, you can give it to us. Cicely, I can't wait to ask you and get to know you as well. It's great to see you two here. Question for you real quick. To Treach, has New Jersey ever left you?
Never. Even when I leave Jersey, it's always with me for life. It's crazy. I think we migrated all over the world, the country and the world. Everywhere we go, if somebody's like, yo, I'm from Jersey, and we have to test them, and they come up and they be actual factual Jerseyans. Yeah.
I love that. North Jersey over here. And if I'm not mistaken, a dear friend of mine who's our final guest I'm about to bring in, Elizabeth, New Jersey, was born. I think it's
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Mr. Treach and Cicely, I'm going to bring you guys back in momentarily.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your hospitality and everything else. Jacques Rougeau, Nathalie, dear friends, Cicely and Treach, dear friends, and our next couple as well, guys and gals. Thank you for watching us and commenting and inviting us in your living rooms. That's a cool thing. Lester, we see you. Thank you so much. Joe's there in the back as well. I want to acknowledge you guys live. You guys deserve it, every bit of it. Sal, without you guys, the engine that makes this thing go, we would not be where we are right now. Breezy, nice to see you as well. Thank you. We got 1,245 watching live. Thank you again for watching on a Valentine's Day. It's a special night of TKN. Let me bring in our final guest right now, guys. It's a very short show tonight because, again, we're going to find out how these celebrity couples met each other, of course. We're going to find out if they have some good advice to impart for all of you in your relationship as well. But in between that, a very fun game, a celebrity game called Do You Know Me? It's going to be a very fun game indeed. Guys and gals, dear diary, I speak of the word greatness and revel in its glory. Are we exposed to such greatness through hearsay, fable, or some amazing story? No. I've seen greatness in the form of a man that has already broken every record there is to break. If your goal is to beat him, you might wind up sobbing on Ricky Lake. He's the only player in history to lead the NCAA, ABA, and NBA in scoring. That fact can boggle the mind. What do you expect from someone who commits himself fully to the sweat known as the grind? He's an 8-time NBA All-Star, former All-Star Game MVP, one of the 50 greatest NBA players of all time, an NBA champion and a broadcasting legend as well. Trying to defend him on the court was like riding a bull on ice in the fiery pits of hell. He was born in Roselle Park, and watching Willie Mays lit a spark. The man was a legend, not merely folklore. So much that my guest always wore number 24. He played for the University of Miami, and he dominated the hardwood to a sweet tune like an artist winning a Grammy. As a rookie, he improved his team as they racked up nearly 20 more wins than the year before. When he took the floor, he would rebound, pass, and score like no other. Everyone knew, even your mother, that he was one of the all-time greats. If you disagree, then you might as well be as psycho as Norman Bates. Many fell at his hands as he took his teams to the pinnacle while becoming an all-time great. In 1975, his team was counted on only to sweep, guys and gals. They were counted out only to sweep their opposition. The champions that year, the Warriors of Golden State. The man has broken records and has excelled in everything that he has pursued. If you stood in his way or told him no, hate to break it to you, but you were screwed. He's a dear friend, and he co-hosts Hall of Fame Hangout with yours truly. He knows how to communicate with dignitaries, the public, and even those who are unruly. He's in round 3 of this star-studded tournament, and many of you predict that he'll win the entire thing. That prediction might stick, so let's welcome a Hall of Famer and dear friend, last name Barry and first name Rick, and your partner as well. Welcome, TKN Saturday Night, my friends.
Hello, Avi. It is Elizabeth. I was actually born in Elizabeth and went to high school in Roselle Park. My lovely wife, Lynn, is with me.
Linda, so nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us, Linda.
Lynn,
I'm sorry. It's so great to see you. I've heard so many great things. The first time you're on this broadcast as well. It's great that you guys are with us. By the way, this is a question I should ask, I guess, as well. Is it safe to say that even though the NBA game right now is something that people are talking about for many different reasons, is it safe to say that the game has never quite left you, Rick? Has the game ever left you?
no, it's always going to be a very such an important part of my life. I mean, basketball was an integral part of my life. And just as my wife is to me right now, she's the one that helped get me into something. After basketball, I found long driving and golf and was very successful doing that, winning world championships. And then they got rid of all the old farts. And so Lynn said, honey, why don't you try pickleball? So Lynn's the one that got me into pickleball. She was a great athlete herself. Only woman to have a jersey retired at her alma mater in any sport. She was an All-American basketball player. And our son and Lynn, they're the only mother and son to be first-team academic All-Americans in basketball.
Academic. Lynn, what position did you play?
I was a shooting guard.
That's terrific. That's terrific. Rick has told me something which I think is pretty neat. Rick, you've always been a gentleman to me. There's no doubt about that. But Lynn sometimes has given you some great sage advice as well, Rick, right?
Oh, well, the greatest is she said, honey, she said, you're the most honest person I ever met in my life, but you're brutally honest. What goes into your brain doesn't necessarily have to come out of your mouth. You need a filter. You have to run it through the filter. And I've actually done quite a bit of that later on in life.
He's done a little better lately.
Lynn, thank you so much. I appreciate that because who knows? I don't feel like Rick would say anything about the Blazers, but you've always been great to me and a dear friend. I really appreciate that. Rick Barry and Lynn carving out time on this special Valentine's edition. Not a long broadcast, guys. We're going to have fun. Lynn and Rick, I want you to meet Nathalie and Jacques Rougeau, my friend.
Hello,
Hello,
everybody.
Nice to see you. And Rick and Lynn, if you can, maybe if you guys can flip the phone, we'll kind of get you full screen if you want, since it's we kind of just flip the phone, if that's possible.
Flip the phone?
Yeah, just kind of turn it.
I can do that. I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do
Appreciate
that.
You got there we go. There we go.
Better?
Better.
You guys look great. And there's a Jacques and Natalie, there's a connection here as well because Treach, Rick Barry, born in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Treach, you know Elizabeth.
Definitely. We neighbors. We Jersey. East Orange.
East Orange?
Yeah, well, here's the thing about New Jersey is that if you don't like the city you're in, just drive 3 minutes and you'll be in another one.
Exactly.
That's true. That's true. That's very true. North Jersey. Yeah, there we go. And Jacques and I met in North Jersey as well. Guys and gals and pals who are watching, thank you again for doing what you're doing. Peter, nice to see you, Peter. New viewer as well. Rick T, nice viewer. Keep on coming, guys. As you know, this is free preview. It's an event, not a podcast. I'm not an interviewer. I'm a conversationalist. And so are these 6 awesome people who are with us tonight for a special Valentine's Day edition. So with that, I want to turn over to Rick and Lynn first. Then Treach and Sicily and Natalie and Jacques. I want to talk about, before we play a fun game, how you two met each other and whether or not you hit it off right away, Rick and Lynn.
You have to ask for the short version. Ask for the very short version. Otherwise, my husband will go on for a long time.
That's okay.
Well, Lynn ran all of basketball for the United States.
At
USA Basketball, head of all the women's programs. And so I was doing the Goodwill games for Ted Turner. And at the time, I was going through a divorce, and I saw the picture of the people who were on the committee and not in the office running the program. And I said, wow, she's really good looking. So I met her in Hilton Head, South Carolina, when I was scouting a team when they were playing an exhibition game before going over to Moscow for the Goodwill games. And so when I saw her in person, I said, wow, she's even prettier in person. I tried to take her out to dinner. That didn't work. I didn't see her again until we got to Moscow. Our first date was the opening ceremonies of the Goodwill games in Moscow. 1986. And then I did 5 years of relentless pursuit, chasing her down because I had a lot of baggage, a lot to overcome. And she turned me down twice, but the third time was a charm. We've been together almost 40 years.
Wow.
Kind of scary. Now married for
34.
Yeah, but she doesn't let me count to 5 years of relentless pursuit.
No.
Maybe that's a good thing.
That was a short version.
That was a short version.
Thank goodness.
No, that's great. And Lynn, let me ask you this as well, because just different perspectives. And guys, thanks for commenting as well live. We appreciate you. Lynn, did you feel as if there was a connection right away when you met Rick and got to know him?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't really know who he was, and then as I got to know him a little more, he had a lot of baggage, like kids and ex-wives and that kind of stuff. But I was captivated by him eventually. He's a great athlete, great person, intelligent, so anyway, it worked out for the best.
I know this sounds cliche. I'll ask Treach and Sicily and Natalie and Jacques the same question. But Lynn, was it one thing in particular that said, I'm going to give this thing a shot, or was it just a gradual thing?
Basically, he wore me down. He was relentless. That's how he is. And I just finally was like, okay, I'll marry you. No. It was great, but not one thing in particular, just a bunch of things together. And he's a wonderful person and has been a wonderful husband and father.
I love that. I really do. And Lynn, just to let you know as well, with Rick, you've been part of this network since the dawn of it, my friend, from the ground up. And with Amazon Prime now backing us up and where we are, it's incredible that, you've been here this long of the journey. I want to thank you for being just a solid friend, a solid human being, a believer in what we do. It's great that when the Suits and Ties said, when I used to work for Lionsgate, they said, we don't believe in something positive. I said, what? What do you mean? We're going to entertain people and have something positive. Rick was a big part of that from the very beginning. And guys, so was Jacques and Natalie. Treach and Sicily, we become dear friends, and I think our audience would like to know Treach and Sicily as well. How did it start for you? How did you guys meet?
Man, we met 20 years ago. She was a bartender at a restaurant I used to go to around where we both lived. So we was neighbors really, but didn't know it. But I used to always see her there when I went, and she was a bartender. Yeah.
No, he's leaving a lot out.
That was the short version.
Sometimes less is more.
No, he's
Sometimes
leaving
less.
so much
What did Lynn say? Sometimes less is more.
No.
Jacques giving the approval, less and more. Let me ask you guys this now, Treach and Sicily. What was there dialogue right away between the two of you, or you just kind of see each other?
No. There was no. You used to come in, you didn't even say hi or anything.
I never said hi.
No, you didn't say hi. You just said your order. When he ended up talking to me, and I had moved from Ohio. So I moved and lived right outside of New York City because I was studying acting. So the first thing he asked me, I think he'd been coming to the bar for like a week or so, and he didn't say anything to me. So then he says, "What's your deal?" And I told him, I said, I moved from Ohio. I'm studying acting in the city. I've, been auditioning and I'm doing this, So he goes, "Oh, I've been in a lot of movies." So he tells me all the movies he's been in. He goes, "I could actually help you." Next thing I know, he helped me all right. I got pregnant and the rest was history. Then once we got together, he says, "My ex was in entertainment. I don't think I want you in entertainment." So then he says he doesn't want me. Then the first opportunity, he's like, "There's a reality show. Let's do reality." So he ends up dragging me into the reality show business.
Wow. So let me ask you this. So there were mutual interests. There's no doubt there was mutual interest there as well.
Yeah.
Did you guys go through sort of a gradual process as friends first, or did you feel as if there was a spark right away when you started getting to know each other?
Well, I'll say this. I didn't picture myself with a rapper, but the one thing that got me is that he was actually a single father taking care of his 3-year-old daughter.
That's amazing.
I looked at him differently from then.
Sure. That's absolutely right. Treach, I know you're very humble as well, but let me ask you this. Do you feel as if beyond anything else, because the young cats who are, regardless of the field that they're in, they could be young writers under me, hip-hop legends under you, pro wrestlers under Jacques Rougeau, who he mentors as well, Rick Barry, who mentors a lot in the world of basketball and broadcasting. But regardless of that, do you feel like if you're going to make a connection with someone, we think the shallow and the superficial, we think the looks, we think about maybe their economic status, but trust, it's trust, right? It has to be trust.
I put the trust in the booty. As soon as I saw the booty, I was like, the booty and the beauty was amazing. The beauty came first, then the booty came second. I was like, yup. And she was like, we did talk. Of course, I had to order. I had to give her my number back then. There was no smartphones or anything. Beepers and numbers. You had to write your number down.
Yeah.
So, I spoke to her. I kicked that game. And I seen she was very intellectual. She was a sweetheart. I heard her. I seen how she took care of all the customers. Like everybody was the same, no matter who you were. A lot of celebrities would come in and everything else, but she treated everybody the same. So I said, she's a sweetheart. And she wasn't from around where I grew up. So it wasn't a chance of, basically having somebody I knew as her ex or, it was, it was special to me.
But we're just alike.
We Sagittarians, 2 days apart.
Oh,
okay.
2 days apart.
We're best friends.
2 days apart. Oh my gosh, that's.
They said that was a no. Everybody said don't do no. She's a Sag, you're a Sag. Oh no, y'all gonna kill each other.
Despite the horoscope adversities, you guys made it work. I like that. I got to figure out signs. I'm not very good at that stuff. What I am very good at, though, Cicely and Treach and Rick and Lynn, I'm very good at telling whether or not people I think that I view have friendships before anything else. And I said to Jacques and Natalie, you guys come across as really great friends. You do everything together. You guys have such a great way of coming across as a couple that's there for each other during the highs and the lows. Natalie, I won't bring it up, but what you've been through in of itself. is miraculous. Not many people could survive what you've been through. And then with Jacques there, of course, as your tag team partner, you can't go wrong. Jacques and Natalie, when did you meet? How did you meet?
Well, okay, I'm gonna say it's gonna sound crazy, but
Okay.
We met on Facebook.
Oh wow!
Yeah, very original, right? But anyway, all that to say that I was going through Facebook, and I was going through a hard time in my life. Just I was alone and separation, and I saw this picture go by of this just beautiful woman, and I start thinking with my pants instead of my brains, and then I start saying like, oh my God, I need to have this girl as my friend on Facebook. So for about I don't know how long
He asked me for a request as friend, and I declined. He asked me again, and I declined.
I don't know how
Natalie,
many times.
Natalie, did you ever want to block him or just decline? Were you thinking
No,
about blocking?
just declined it.
No, she didn't want to block me because she has intentions behind
No
her.
way.
But she just wanted to play. She wanted to play hard to get. And
Yes.
it was so wait. It was so funny because Rick, I was listening to your story and I was saying, man, I empathize. I do a lot of empathy with you because we work hard when we want something, you know. And it was so funny. And then I was thinking of you, Treach, when you were telling her like, you know, what you were doing and stuff. So I tried to seduce her that way too. I said, hey, listen, I'm doing a radio show, you know, I'm doing a show there with the celebrities that are diving off a giant board. Can you watch me? And
Nice.
stuff like that. And I was trying every which way I could. And,
But you know what is seduce me?
What's that?
He helped kids. He
Oh,
helped
okay.
kids, so
Okay.
for the bullying and everything, and I listened to the stuff, and I said, yeah, that's my guy.
I thought
Yeah,
my
look,
look
what you do for
was gonna
anti-bullying is absolutely inspirational. What you do.
I thought my looks were going to seduce her, but it was my heart.
Yeah,
My heart seduced her.
Yeah, but Jacques, you have to admit the recurring theme here for all couples here. It seems like the guys just wore the gals down. I mean, that's what it kind of seems like.
But you know, you know what's fun? What I'm enjoying a lot. I'm enjoying hearing Rick and Lynn's story, Treach and Sicily story, because this thing about this show, Abby, that you're putting this thing even tonight. You know, when you asked me to do this show, I was saying like, a Valentine show, like, and bringing my. She has a hard time speaking English, you know, and then I start thinking. But I've been watching this show since forever, and I always get to meet. I've seen you, Rick, on the show. I've seen you, Treach, on the show, and the greatest part about this show is getting to meet these celebrities on the real base, on the real life, and to make their mistakes and to make their, like, you know, you're talking to Rick about filter, you know, like you're starting to filter your things now, you know, because your girlfriend told you to filter before you speak. I'm the worst. Like the first thing that came to mind before when you said pickleball, I said, hey, that's a game you should play in the bedroom. Like, you know, pickleball. But then I said, no, I better not say it. It's not going to come out very good.
You said it already. You
just
said it.
You just said it.
That's my
Jack
guy
is also
right
a great
there.
stand-up comedian, by the way. And he really, your stand-up. I just learned about Treach and Cicely and Rick and Lynn. I just learned that Jacques was a stand-up. How long you been doing stand-up comedy, Jacques?
About 6-7 years now. It's funny because I've been taking my wrestling career and I've been putting it on a screen, and it's a cheap show. Like, you know, I'm on the stage by myself. I sell my tickets and all the companies by myself. She works at the board, you know, putting the pictures up and everything. So it's not an expensive show, and we go around and we sell out little venues, and I tell my story, but I tell all the stories that people don't know, like what happened backstage. And Lord knows I could make you laugh, but I'm not going to go into that. But so many things happen backstage, and I'm sure you guys are the same thing in basketball and in the music business. You should have some backstage stories that are just amazing that people don't know about. You know, so I've been having fun with that, and people are having fun. And what I realized today is, like, when I go down from 1977, when I started wrestling with my 4 generations of wrestling and all the wrestlers that people used to see when they were young on TV, I bring back something special in people's life because I bring back funny things. But, you know, today I realized something in life. I never look forward. I'm going to say something that may not come out right, but I'm never happy thinking of tomorrow. the most that I'm happy of is thinking the memories I had, the good times I had, going back in my youth, the good souvenirs. And when you bring souvenirs back to people, I bring it on the screen, and then the first thing that comes to mind to a lot of people is like, oh, I remember my dad used to take me at the wrestling with that, and they bring back memories and souvenirs. So that's fun about the show. It's very simple, it's fun, but it's mostly a good time that I share with the people that were around.
You have, and I see how you treat your fans as well. I always say this: treat them with so much class and respect. I want to ask Rick and Lynn a question. Rick, you've had great teammates in the past. I mean, Nate Thurman, Jamal Will. I mean, so many Hall of Famers. Would you consider Lynn the best teammate you've ever had?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
I know.
Here's the thing. She's really has been like the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of wonderful things happen to me. She's brought me another son, our son Ken, who's just a very special young man, and she did such a great job of raising him. He's a brilliant young kid. Thank God he takes after his mother with her great attributes. She was never had. She really only had one B in her entire academic career, having a master's degree. Our son has got his master's in nuclear engineering. He never had a B at all, and he's just a special person, and that's because of her. But I always remember the Billy Crystal movie when he had the scene there telling you that she makes me a better person.
Does that Forget Paris?
About that.
Forget Paris.
Well, Paris, the Olympics, that was special. My son,
not that when he played, I think that's the way he plays a referee.
My son was in Paris in the Olympics too, so that was kind of cool to get.
That's neat.
Go there, watch him play in the Olympics. But that was the movie. That's right. Yeah, Billy Crystal. That was that comes to mind all the time when it comes to her. She was she's very special.
Thank you, dear.
Lynn, can I ask you a question regarding Rick? Is there something that you feel like you've taken from Rick, or maybe absorbed from Rick, that you kind of use yourself as well? Something you maybe didn't have before meeting Rick that you now feel like you do?
Well, he's very passionate about things.
Yeah.
And very driven and very competitive. And I've had some of those characteristics, but I didn't really know that you could use them in social pickleball and different things like that. He's competitive all the time, which I admire.
Yes.
But he's taught me a lot about standing up for myself.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
But it's New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey guys. You can relate to this.
It's the New Jersey edge. There's like a tone.
Yeah, but
the tone comes into play. I'm like, honey, you don't have to say it with that tone.
Yeah, but
we can't help it.
You guys know that if you don't stand up for yourself back in Jersey and that area of the country, people will walk all over and take advantage of you.
All the time.
She's such a wonderful, nice person. People were
all the time.
At least I got her to stand up for herself.
That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. No doubt about that. Yeah, and I want to say this to Lynn too with Rick. I'm gonna say this because you say he's competitive. I love the way you were able to twice now in the celebrity tournament call me immediately after and say, Avi, there's some tips I want to give you. And I love that. And Jacques, you've done that as well. It's always Sundays and talking to me. And when Treach, you and I are talking about what we're doing with the celebrity tournament, it's always just I absorb what you guys give me. Rick, of course, a broadcasting legend. I want our fans to know this as well. I grew up watching Rick Barry on TBS. I watched Rick Barry call games in the early 80s, of course. And by the way, before then, when you were still playing the game. And if I'm not mistaken, you were calling games for CBS at that time as well, if I'm not mistaken. So I learned a lot from you also as a broadcaster. I want to ask Treach and Sicily a question before we play our fun game. So when it comes to the chemistry or the origins of your relationship, thank you guys for covering that. I appreciate that as well. Cicely, if there's something that you learned from Treach that you hadn't known about yourself prior to your relationship with Treach, what is it? What would it be? Something that maybe you picked up on. Yeah.
That she would be a great mother. When she met me, my daughter was 2 years old. Her biological mother had passed. So she took on the role as mother like before she was a biological mother. So I could say that. If she had to think too long, that was amazing.
But I could say that for him too, because he was a single father taking care of a toddler. So I gotta say, he was better with the babies than I was. He was excellent. I think I learned from him.
More like the type of patience of parenting and discipline that goes into that.
Yes.
Right. Sure.
He is an excellent father.
Sure.
Wow.
But every weekend he does stuff with the kids. You know, it's just he's an excellent father. I think that's the one thing. He's got the patience. He gives the time no matter what. Even though he's traveling, when he's home, it's all about the kids.
That's great. I love that. I love to hear that.
Abby.
Yes,
Abby.
Jacques? Yes, please.
I got a question I got to ask you.
Yeah,
I got the perfect question, and all the people are waiting for. What about your love life? How did you meet your love life? Your part of your love life.
Who are you talking to?
You.
We got some tech problems going on here. Hold on.
Tell us about your love life.
Look, I'll be taking
technical problems from that Jersey Wi-Fi. I'm sorry.
Jersey Wi-Fi.
I'll tell you what. No, listen. I thanks for saying this. I have a great person that's my partner, and she's absolutely amazing. She's a rock. And prior to this, I had a partner that didn't quite understand what I did, and I won't bore you with the details. But you're being very open. I'll be open. When I started writing for Lionsgate, I mentioned this on the show. Carl Reiner was the first person I wrote for, and I thought, what the hell can I teach Carl Reiner? I was a stupid, wet behind the ears 20-year-old writer. Well, I'm not going to teach Carl Reiner anything. But then working with some people like he and John Goodman and Bill Paxton, and I was on the road doing this for 25 years, I thought my partner would understand that when I launched this network, it's because it's something I have to do, not something I need to do. It's something I have to do. I have my bread and butter. I work for a living. I screenwrite for a living. I teach. But doing this, she really gave me that sort of ultimatum. You know, like, is it it's got to be this or me? And my response was, that's not. The fact that you're asking me that, I told her, means that it's going to be this. Because if you didn't ask me that question, how could you tell someone to give up on something they love? I know you could compromise. Would you just ask everybody here? Would you agree that compromising might be one of the most challenging parts of a relationship? Having to compromise?
The best thing in a relationship, probably on my front, was my loved one really knew what I was doing, and she didn't have a problem with it, even though I wasn't her type of guy, a rap dude, a street dude, you know, until she found out, you know, the other side of who I was and roll with it. So, yeah, you give and take in any relationship, of course. You know, with certain things you'll give up, especially with living a rock star lifestyle and everything. You'll give it up
for
the love, but for someone loving you and riding with you, it's like it's no other better magnetizing feeling that is.
And I was okay staying home. You know, I mean, I had to be home with the kids. He was always traveling, and it got to a point where I started working in sports. So working in sports, it's like I had no time off. So we ended up retiring me. We opened up businesses together, but I stayed home so he could travel. Somebody had to be home, so I supported him in that way.
Wow, that's mighty big of you. It really is.
I mean, I give you one quick thing.
Yeah, please,
the
Rick.
first 2.5 years of Lynn's and my son Canyon's life,
yeah,
I was Mr. Mom. Lynn was working. I was taking care of him, bringing him all over the place to charity events and things of that nature. And the great story, I'll never forget it to the day I die. I'm saying, I'm holding him, and he said, give Mommy a kiss goodbye. She's going to work. And he gives her a kiss. He says, Mommy, do you think someday Daddy could go to work and you could say
That was it. I quit after that.
No, you quit.
No filter. He got it from you, Rick. No filter.
It's funny because Jacques and Natalie, before I ask you the question about compromise, Jacques and Natalie as well ask you the same question. Jacques, what is it you think you were able to receive from Natalie, a quality that maybe she has that you didn't have, that maybe now you do because of your relationship with her?
Well, you know, I think one of the things that she gave me was advice like my mom gave me when I was young was turn your tongue 7 times before you speak. And you don't do it. And I still don't do it. But at least I try to get better. I try to get better. No, I think that I used to say that at the beginning, you know, and now I learned in life after 13 years with her. She's my better part. She's smart. I'm a guy that's I remind myself a lot, like, I don't want to insult you, Rick, but you remind me a lot of you. It's like I'm a go-getter. I'm a guy who I have to win. I'm competitive. And I used to have the limelight when I go somewhere. I'd want the attention, and she introduced me humility. And I think that's something that it really helped me in life, because humble wasn't my favorite quality, but she made me humble, and so when I go places now, she makes me look good. I know I got bruises on my legs at the end of the evening some nights, because she hits me on the leg, like, shut the hell up, like, but she definitely made me a better person. Yeah.
And Natalie, anything that you took from Jacques that has helped you as well in this relationship? The quality of Jacques.
Not really.
Yeah, why do you say that?
Always the comedian.
Always do that. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, thing. I never forget it. Next question, Abby.
That's because I don't say that in English, but I'm gonna tell him, and he's gonna wait to me.
It's gonna get to his head, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I make her take a bite out of life.
Exactly.
Like,
okay.
She was always low key. Like, even here tonight, like, there was no way she was coming on the screen tonight. And I told her, do it. Come on, we'll have some fun. Like I said,
I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast.
And it's funny, because even today, I got to tell you. Today I was doing an interview today, because they're writing a little chapter in a book out of my story with the bullying story, and as I was going through the interview with this person, she's on the other side of the table and she's writing on a piece of paper, and then she turns the piece of paper towards me, and then I said what she wrote down, and the guy told me, he says, "Oh, Jacques, that's great, Jacques." And I was saying, I didn't say nothing, but I wanted to take the credibility, but it was all her, like, she's my brain, like,
How about this though, to the couples on screen now, before we play a very quick and fun game? How about this question? And I have my own feelings about this, but what do you feel, or do you think, when people say, "Well, you definitely know you got the right partner in life if your friends approve, if they get along with your friends"? What do you think about that statement?
No.
Right? Yeah.
Your friends don't have to be married to no one can give me advice on my husband. I'm sorry. He's unique. He's one of a kind. I don't need anybody's approval. He's for me. And I've had more people say, I shouldn't be with him than anything else. And I'm so happy.
Who? Hold on.
Put you backstage here for a minute.
Yeah, see, the women, dudes when we with the homies, we don't speak nothing about relationship. We talk sports.
Right.
We
Women
talk about
do.
all different stuff. Women, yeah. Okay.
And guess what? I'm happy I didn't listen to my friends. Some of them, they're still single, and they didn't see what I see in him. So I don't listen to anyone for any kind of advice.
I applaud you for that. I really do. I couldn't get along with my ex-girlfriends, and I get along with almost everybody, but everyone's got expectations.
All my friends say, "Rick, we're glad you finally got it right."
Well, I think the one thing
in my part, I just listen to my kids, and my kids love him. So,
but and I'm going to go further. I'm going to go to the point to say, this may again sound funny, but I've had a couple of relationships in my life, and I my priorities changed, even towards what my kids thought. My kids are second. Like, I'm living my life with her, and in the first relationships I had remarried and this and that, and the kids would try to influence, and I would be influenced, because you love your kids to death, and now I don't want to take anything away. I love my kids too, but our life is more important. And so I told my kids at the beginning, it just so happened that they loved her too. But if my kids would have objected or something, I would have put her in front of my kids. Is that bad to say that?
No, but they love me anyway.
I would have put her first, because my kids I see once a month. When they come by, and then they're gone. They have their own lives.
You two are rock steady. There's no doubt.
Me and her, we get up in the morning, we go to the gym. in the afternoon, we're together all the time. At night,
Yeah.
we play cards, we play cribbage, we play. We're
Enjoy
together
each other's
all
company.
all
Yeah.
the time, and so that's become more important to me. Not more important, but
Sure,
I won't be influenced by the kids on how to. I don't know how that sounds, but she comes first, and
yeah,
that's the way it is.
A priority, yeah. And Lynn, you were saying something as well about this.
Well, all of us can relate to what it is to be with someone or married to someone that is a public figure.
Sure.
And sometimes the way people perceive public figures is different than what we see at home. Like the way Rick was on the basketball court, people thought, wow, he's crazy or he's whatever. And I don't know, with rapping or wrestling and all those things, like people see a different person than what we see at home. And that's where people have to trust us, that we know the heart of the person we're with on a daily basis. We wake up with them, we go to bed with them at night. And that's the person that we fall in love with, not the person that maybe the general population sees.
So well said. And then the person in the public eye. Yeah, Cicely, please.
No, that's definitely because look, he was Mr. OPP.
Right.
And he's not like that anymore. So I see the person that has to be home every night at 7:30 to watch Wheel of Fortune. That's him in bed at 9 o'clock.
Good show. Yeah.
You know, I see a whole different side. So Lynn is absolutely correct on that one.
And that's cool too, because how many times, I mean, without us getting into details, there's a lot of times where you meet someone, I don't know, maybe if they know you who you are first, they're enamored with the persona and not the person so much. And then they get to know the person and they feel let down, but they did that to themselves.
All of us, we were young.
Yeah.
Men. Coming off of being young boys to young men being rich and famous. So we were all indulged into the lifestyle and all of that. You talking 35 years ago. You know what I mean? So when I was out trying to just spread my oats and just loving just everybody loving me, it ain't take long to be like, yo, I gotta settle. I like being inside more than outside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when you got a strong woman by you, it's nothing like coming home to something that you love coming home to after you working.
I appreciate the hell out of that. There's no doubt. I think I've said this once a while ago. I haven't mentioned this story in a while, but I once broke up with somebody because she would ration the last 1% of her toothpaste more so than the first 90% of the toothpaste. It bothered me. I don't know why she would do that. Because I had to get the last squeeze out of that toothpaste. I go buy a new tube. I don't know. I've overcome some stuff like this, Rick and Lynn and Jacques. But anyway, right now, so speaking of overcoming, our celebrity guests right now, guys and gals and pals who are watching live, we see your comments, 1245 watching Strong Live. Thank you so much. Averaging guys and gals, by the way, thank you for 6-figure views the last 28 weeks in a row. We appreciate that, at least 100,000 views per episode. Thank you for that streak. You guys have made it happening. How well do our celebrity couples know each other? It's a very fun game. It's a very innocent game, but we're going to play it right now. So I think we've been hyping this game up all week long. Our viewers have no idea what it is. So guys and gals and pals, do you know me?
Klein presents Do You Know Me?
Do you know me? Everybody's favorite game that they've never seen before. So we'll find out if it is their favorite game. It's called Do You Know Me? First time inaugural edition of Do You Know Me? I'm going to start off first with Treach and Sicily. And of course, everyone's going to answer these following questions. They're very fun. Treach, which of the following 3 words would your partner Cicely most likely avoid saying? Which of the following 3 words? Which one of these words would she most likely avoid saying? Golly gee, groovy, or darn?
Golly gee. She from Ohio, yo. They different. But golly gee, it ain't coming even out of Ohio. No.
Now, Cicely, is Treach correct?
Yes.
You would be right. So Treach, guys and gals,
Yes.
correct. Bingo on that
He's
one.
right.
Do you know me? Do you know me? And that's great because, the other partner's not going to say a word. We're going to be kind of stone-faced and not give up any hints at all. We won't nod our head, no nonverbal energy. But Cicely does say, in fact, Treach is correct. With that, Cicely, which of the following three words would Treach most likely avoid saying? Golly gee, groovy, or darn?
Groovy.
Groovy. Treach, is that right?
I've never heard you say groovy.
Nah, I'll get way groovy. I wouldn't be darning or any of that other groovy. Something could be real groovy, my guy.
You just started that today. I never heard you say groovy.
I didn't. I would. Yo, groovy is groovy. I'm from the 70s. I'm a 70s baby. Groovy, disco. That's all in. I'm older than you.
Okay.
Groovy is all up in. When I used to have an afro and braids, that was real groovy.
Groovy it is. Our team in the back, thank you so much. Let's tally this. Treach and Cicely have 1 point. They have 1 point. We're going to turn over right now to Rick Barry and Lynn. We have a few of these, guys. We have a few of these, and then we are going to wrap it up. It's a short show tonight. No doubt about that. I'm going to ask Rick the question first. Which of the following three words would you say Lynn would most likely avoid saying? Golly gee, groovy, or darn?
Golly gee.
Golly gee. Lynn, would that be correct?
That is absolutely correct.
Wow.
And you keep saying it's a short show. We're usually in our pajamas by now. So eventually, no. Yes, he is correct with the golly gee.
Golly gee. So far, okay. I'm going to ask Lynn the same question. Would you have found three words?
It would be golly gee. He
golly
would never
gee,
say
Rick,
golly
is that correct?
G. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is correct. Okay.
We don't even know what that means.
I know. I've heard
gee?
golly gee, but there's no way either one of us to ever say that.
I'd love to see you say it one time, Rick. Just once.
Golly gee.
Just once. Jacques and Natalie will ask Jacques first. Jacques, which of the following three words would Natalie most likely avoid saying? Golly gee, groovy, or darn?
She doesn't speak English. So I'm going to say all three of them.
All three. Natalie, is that correct, Natalie?
Yes,
that is correct. They have a point. Give a point as well. Natalie, same question. Golly gee, groovy, or darn for Jacques Rougeau?
I'm gonna say the tree. The tree.
Un des trois.
Take a risk. All three. Okay.
Que je dirais pas. Okay. Golly, what were the three names?
Golly gee, groovy, or darn?
Golly gee, groovy, ou darn. Quel que je vais dire que je dirais jamais?
Golly gee.
You're right about golly gee. I've never said golly gee in my life. I didn't even know if it existed. But I'll say darn. I'll say darn once in a while.
I know this one.
Okay. This is we're kind of warming up. We've got a couple of these. It's a fun one here. We're going to take it back right now to Treach and Cicely for our next one. We got a couple more of these. Which of the following snacks? Well, I'm going to ask Cicely this question about Treach. Which of the following snacks would Treach most likely enjoy while watching a Bruce Lee movie on a Saturday at 2 a.m.? Would it be potato chips, pretzels, or ice cream?
Potato chips.
Potato chips, Treach, is that correct?
100%.
Bingo, 100%. Treach gets that right. We're going to tally that as well. And Treach, if Cicely is watching a Bruce Lee movie at 2 a.m. on a Saturday night, which snack would she most likely consume and why? Pretzels, potato chips, or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Would that be correct, Cicely?
I'm not an ice cream person. I'm sorry.
You don't have
not ice cream. I do like sweets, but not ice cream. Yeah. I'm being honest. You don't buy no ice cream.
Who eats ice cream in this house?
Not anybody. I don't even buy it.
No ice cream.
Kids are not here. We're empty nesters, so I definitely don't buy ice cream anymore.
I didn't say buy. They
I
said
don't eat ice. No,
yeah,
I'm not an ice cream person.
Okay.
I do like sweets.
Okay.
Cookies, bacon, not
they
ice cream.
They didn't say that. Pretzels.
No ice cream.
Potato chips.
No ice cream.
No ice cream. We're not gonna go.
No.
She got snacks you can't even pronounce. She
Healthy
gets
snacks,
these shits from Whole Food, yo. It's like terrible. They ain't even chips nor pretzels. They like yipsels. Like it's okay. I don't know. Yeah, it's nothing.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Chocolate covered quinoa chips.
What the hell is quinoa? This is what I'm talking about. Yo,
If there's gonna be like a bootleg brand of something, why do they stay close to the original name? Just get away from the original name if you're a bootleg brand. I don't understand. Go far away from that. Rick, Barry, and Lynn. I'm gonna ask Rick this question to Lynn. If Lynn is watching a Bruce Lee movie, or how about any movie on a Saturday night at 2 a.m., which snack would you most likely consume? Pretzels, potato chips, or ice cream?
Well, she eats all of those things, but I know she has to admit it. She has to admit it. But I do know she really does like ice cream, like mint chocolate chip ice cream. I would say she'd go with mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Mint chocolate chip. Lynn, would that be correct?
First of all, I will never be up at 2 a.m.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's not even possible that I could be up at 2 a.m.
Sure.
And I don't know that I would be eating ice cream at 2 a.m. because I'd be worried about having so many calories that late at night.
But forget the 2 a.m. part. We're talking about eating something as snack whenever you're watching something, a movie.
I think I might go with something salty.
Okay.
Well, I'll answer Rick. So
Sure.
Rick, first of all, would have potato chips with this dip that he likes.
Oh.
Then he fills a little bowl with pretzels and like pea pods and that kind of stuff. Then he would eat that, and then he would top it off with ice cream. He's a big snacker, watching TV person. I go to bed early. He stays up late watching movies. Snacking.
That's when the snacks come out. The snacks come out then.
I'll get up in the morning. There'll be a half-gallon ice cream done in the trash. Potato chip bags in the trash. So he is definitely all three.
All three for Mr. Rick Barry. Hey, you know what? I love that. Deserve it too. Guys and gals and pals, Nathalie and Jacques Rougeau, a couple more of these, and we are out of here. We are done with our broadcast. Some quick advice, of course, to all of you in the comment section from our great panel. Nathalie, which of the following snacks would Jacques Rougeau most likely enjoy on a Saturday night watching a Bruce Lee movie? Would it be pretzels, Nathalie, potato chips, or ice cream?
Before, I'm going to say the three of them. But now, potato chips sometimes and popcorn sometimes.
Popcorn sometimes, yeah. Okay. What kind of potato chips? The Ridges or the salt? What would you like? Salt and vinegar, cheddar cheese, sour cream? Which one?
Is vinegar, barbecue, all dress, all kind of.
Got them.
But a little bit now.
Yeah, no, of course we know you. Well, I'll say this if you don't mind. Jacques Rougeau has a big match coming up. Yes, he's part of a Royal Rumble in May, Jacques Rougeau. So he's training right now, which is very exciting stuff, Jacques. Very exciting stuff.
You know why I'm training, Avi? I'm 65 years old. I'm only training because a Royal Rumble is pretty easy to do, and there's like 20 wrestlers in the ring at the same time. And then the reason why I'm doing it is because I was lacking of motivation of being in shape. When I was young, I used to run to the gym. Now I run out of the gym. It's like, you don't have the same kind of mentality when you're 65. So I last year, I went from 250 to 268, almost 270. Okay. And then I got my conscience started talking to me. So I booked myself in this match, and I gave myself some inspiration I have to lose weight. I don't want to go look like a big fat guy in the ring. So since I did that, I went from 268. Now I'm down to 244. Nice. So I lost like 24 pounds in 2.5 months. So that question you're asking, it's like now it's like out of the.
That's why I said
it's out of the equation now.
Out of the equation.
Yeah. I'm only eating like between 15 and 2,000 calories.
Well, it makes you feel better. All those potato chip bags are half empty anyway when you open them up. So there's nothing in there.
But if we're going to be honest,
so
what did she? So choose one of the three and stop cheating. Don't touch my leg.
So tell me. I always touch your leg.
We got a technical over there, yo. We got
technical
cheating. They cheating.
We got to play this straight.
No. So I always do that.
So she says chips, which I do like, but I'm gonna go with ice cream.
Ice cream,
because ice cream.
That's why I don't buy anymore.
I like ice cream. I don't know why. It feels good, ice cream.
Exactly. That's true. That's why I said before it's the tree of this. Anyway.
Hey, Abby, you got to explain to Nathalie. You got to explain to Nathalie that this is not for a trip to Greece, so she doesn't have to press my leg for an answer.
I don't do
the pressure's
that.
on. I could see the pressure's on.
I
There's
don't
no doubt
do
about
that. Anyway, that's because he shakes like that, and
this is the final one I have for Rick, Barry, and Lynn. The final one. Okay, this is the last one here. I'm going to go to Rick first. Rick, which of the following, and I'm going to go to Lynn first. Lynn, which of the following characters would Rick most likely have a conversation with? These are not real human beings. These are characters. Which of the following characters would Rick most likely have a conversation with if they were real? George Jefferson, Al Bundy, or the entire cast of the Golden Girls?
Wow. I don't even really know who the middle one is. Is he a
Al Bundy? Remember Al Bundy, Married with Children?
Never watched it.
Okay.
And I don't think he would do the Golden Girl. Well, maybe he would. I don't know. Maybe George Jefferson.
George Jefferson, Rick, is that correct?
Well, I like meeting people, so I'd have a conversation with all of them. But I tell you why, I love comedy. So I would have it because I used to laugh like hell at George Jefferson. So if George Jefferson would be the person of those that I would have a conversation with, because it would be good for a few laughs without question.
George Jefferson would be your pick. And Rick, I'm going to ask you the same question about Lynn. George Jefferson, Al Bundy, or the entire cast of the Golden Girls?
She doesn't know anybody. She doesn't know any of those people. So of those, I would say none. She doesn't know any of them to really have a conversation with any of them.
Well, that would be the answer. Okay.
But the Golden Girls would be the one. Yeah. If she had to pick one, it'd probably be the Golden Girls because she'd at least be able to talk to a woman. She didn't even know who the other two guys are.
I didn't watch a lot of those shows, though. Sorry.
Lynn, did you have a favorite Golden Girl? Was there a favorite one?
Nope.
Dorothy scared me a lot.
Yeah,
She scared me. She was very tough. She was very.
Well,
Sophia was great.
Betty
Sophia was fourth with
Betty
Ben.
White's always been a fan. I really love Betty White. She was very funny.
Betty White was great. Yeah. By the way, Rick, do you know Betty White was doing stand-up comedy into her 90s? She was doing stand-up.
Oh yeah, she was amazing. She was amazing.
Incredible story that she had, and she was a week away, I believe, from age 100. She was almost 100 years old, 99 years young. Yeah,
That's
Betty White,
amazing.
absolute legend. Guys, before I sign out Rick and Lynn Barry, I want to give them a solo layout right now. I want to give them a solo. Any advice they have for our viewers? Our viewers are watching. It's Valentine's Day after all. We appreciate you guys being here for us. Again, we thank you so much again for typing in and giving us a lot of substance as well. Play along. But Rick and Lynn, anything you have, advice for couples out there that maybe are going through a tough time? How can they solve that? I know we don't know the circumstances, but what's the glue? What do you think can keep people together more so than anything else?
No, you answer, honey. You've had way more relationships than I have.
Well, first of all, I think you have to be honest. And there's the old saying that they say, if you have a problem, you can't go to bed having a problem. If you have to stay up all night to resolve an issue and get done, you need to resolve all of your issues. Don't let the proverbial molehill turn into a mountain. Okay, address the issues that you have when they
communication.
Communication. That's why we have wars and everything. The lack of communication in this world is so bad, and so you really need to communicate and respect the other person's opinion. You don't have to agree with it, but you respect the fact that they're entitled to that opinion. And if you disagree agreeably.
Communicate without the New Jersey edge.
I'll try too on that. I'll try that as well. I'll try that. Guys, anything to for Rick and Lynn, Barry, Treach, Cicely, Natalie, and Jacques, as Rick and Lynn bid us adieu. Anything you'd like to tell them?
Thanks, guys.
Great meeting, y'all. Great meeting.
Happy
Valentine's Day.
Bye. And good luck in your match coming up.
Yeah. And send us some Progresso soup.
Hey, we've had such cold weather in Florida, man. We could use some Progressive soup.
Progresso's on the way, guys. Rick, Barry, Lynn said so. They're getting it.
That's what we want.
They're going to have the soup.
Thank you, guys. Good
Happy
to
Valentine's
see
Day.
you.
Have a great night.
Good night, guys.
Great evening. Rick and Lynn Barry, we appreciate their time as well. There's no doubt about that. Great for you guys to join us. I want to finish a couple more of these because Treach and Sicily, Natalie and Jacques, they're deadlocked right now. We're tied, and that's why right now we're going to go to some tiebreakers here in this game of Do You Know Me? Do you know me? I'm going to go right now. I believe the same question is going to be asked to Natalie and Jacques and then Treach and Sicily. Natalie, which of the following characters would Jacques... Would it be George Jefferson, Al Bundy, or the Golden Girls? You might be right if you pick one. Al Bundy, the Golden Girls. The Golden Girls. Jacques, is that right?
You know, it's a hard job, but someone's got to do it. so I think she's, and it's so funny because I'm gonna be honest because there's no filter with me.
No filter.
Jeff Jefferson, what did he used to? Because I'm Canadian, and our national, I don't know any of those, to be honest. I don't even know if the Golden Girls are young or pretty, she knows me. But I didn't know the three characters that you said.
Do you remember the theme music, Jacques, for the Jeffersons? We're moving on up to the east side. Remember that? We finally got a piece of the pie. No.
I apologize because my growing up is different.
I apologize for butchering the theme music. I apologize as well, by the way. But we first saw George Jefferson, Jacques, on All in the Family butting heads with Archie Bunker. That's when we first saw George.
All in the Family, I used to know. He was so funny. That guy.
So you remember George Jefferson was his neighbor? Hey. You remember he was his neighbor? Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember my father was a big fan of those shows, like the Three Stooges and stuff like that.
Yes.
Avi, tell him George Jefferson is the black guy.
He was his black neighbor, Jacques. George Jefferson was his black neighbor.
Yeah, and I know I've seen him. And Archie, I'll tell you what.
Archie.
No, listen, I know Archie because Archie didn't like blacks, if I'm not mistaken. In that
he didn't like nobody.
Nobody.
You
didn't like Jews.
He was so grouchy. He was so grouchy.
You didn't like Edith. You didn't like his own wife.
I thought it was a racist thing.
He didn't
like Edith. Edith tolerated him. There was one episode where Edith slapped him. You remember that she slapped Archie really hard.
Treach, I want to share this with you, Treach. My dad, he was brought up in the years where black and white weren't friends. My dad was like he'd be 90 years old now, and he was living in an era where there was a lot of South and North and animosity between the blacks and the whites, and I went through life changing because whether you like it or not, you're raised a certain way. And then you go out in the world and then the world changes. And today it's so funny because my best friends are black. I have so many wrestlers that I love to death that I have fun with. The only one. But my dad, and when I used to watch that show, when you talk about Archie Bunker, I remember him being so grouchy. And I remember what was his name? His wife,
Edith.
She was funny too there.
Edith.
Edith.
Yeah,
Edith. She was so funny too. No, that was but I don't remember the I think I've seen him a couple of times, the Jefferson, but Jeff Jefferson. But to be honest with you,
George,
Archie Bunker for me was so funny because he was like so disturbing. He was like he hated everything. He was a big grouch. For me, he was a big grouch. But
the funniest thing he ever said was nothing. He just give you that look. Archie will give you that look that's disgusted by everyone around him.
Yes.
Wants to be left alone in his
crappy
chair he was sitting in.
I want to finish, Avi, by saying something.
Yeah, please.
It's funny because I want to make this clear, Treach, and I want you to understand I'm not zero prejudice, zero. But we went through some changes in our life because, we were brought up a certain way, like the same way there's another thing going on too, and don't hit me. But I'm just gonna be square. I have a lot of gay friends now. I'm like this, but I have a lot of gay friends. But
like this.
But no, I'm not like that. I mean, I'm like I am. But I'm saying that. But in our business, in the wrestling world, it was not very welcome. Because it was a masculine world, it was a world where you had to be macho or to be masculine. And my dad, it was worse in the 60s and the 70s. If anybody was like that, it was like holy. But that was the old mentality. But the truth is, I'm so proud of how I changed over the years. I wish my dad would have changed before me. But my dad was so narrow-minded, but he's the greatest dad in the world. But he was so narrow-minded on things like that. And I wanted to clear that with you because I'm thinking of all the guys. Coco Beware. I don't know if you remember him. He had the birds there, and Virgil, the greatest. So he was the $1 Million Man's manager, Virgil. I don't know if you remember Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million. Those are the closest friends I have in the business. And I just want to share that with you, that there's none of that, and it's important for me that you know that. But I was brought up in a world that was different than the world I am in now. That I was brought up. My father was very strict. I was brought up in a different kind of world.
No doubt about that. But I'll tell you this much: I got to send you a DVD of the Jeffersons. It's groundbreaking. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll love it. It's a great show. And it would go. I mean, Norman Lear, all those spin-offs that came off. Jefferson's probably the most iconic, no doubt. I'm gonna ask Treach the same question, and this is about Cicely over here, and then Cicely will the same question for Treach as well. Which of the following characters do you think Cicely would have a conversation with, and why? Of the following, Treach: George Jefferson, Al Bundy, or the Golden Girls?
I mean, from my era, I would think George Jefferson.
Okay.
You know, a story of rags to riches. You know what I mean? Start their own company, move up to the east side. You know, hardworking people that beat the odds. I would think George Jefferson.
And Cicely, would that be correct? No. No. Would it have been
the Golden Girls?
Golden Girls. Okay.
Now, if I would have said that, she would have been like, "What? I'm old. What? Like, I don't want no smoke on Valentine's Day. No problem. Yeah, I went to the.
You knew gold. You just wanted to steer clear.
Golden Girl.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
You went to Happy Wife, Happy Life.
Blanche was my girl. I love the Golden Girls.
I just couldn't say it. I couldn't say it.
That's a smart
move.
move.
I'm going with George.
That's a smart move.
Yeah, you just went with the Happy Wife, Happy Life.
Did you say it again? That's my guy right there. That's my guy.
Stretch out the process of elimination. That's coming with one of them. Cicely, which of the following do you think the following characters Treach would have a conversation with, and why? George Jefferson, Al Bundy, or the Golden Girls?
This is easy. George Jefferson. He still watches it to this day. He watches.
Great show.
Mm-hmm.
Sherman Hemsley was a genius. He was a genius. Sherman Hemsley was a genius. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to have one more here to go. I'm going to actually start with Treach and Cicely again. Mm-hmm. Cicely, which of the following comedians would produce the biggest laugh from Treach? Would it be Rodney Dangerfield, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy?
Oh,
I know. It's a tough one.
It's the last two. Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
Whew, that's hard.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Richard Pryor.
Would that be correct, Treach?
Definitely. She's trying to call me old. She's calling me old. She knew I was going to go with the OG. That's who I grew up on.
Sunset is a classic. Yes, I got it right.
Richard Pryor. Everybody learned from Richard Pryor. So even Eddie Murphy would say Richard Pryor.
Yes, he was his mentor. That's right. He was his mentor, no doubt. I feel like in that era, Treach, if you remember, I think there was Pryor, Carlin, Lenny Bruce. I didn't get to see Lenny Bruce. I heard a lot of things about Lenny. But in that era, they were all straight-laced in the beginning. Like Pryor was straight-laced in the beginning.
It was Richard Pryor and Red Fox.
Oh, Red Fox, incredible.
There was like at that time that was like
Red Fox.
I had 4 of his albums and I had to like listen
to
them.
You got the album, so you know what I'm talking about. Fastest stand up. Yeah.
Yes, that's the original right there. The albums. I had to watch my step when I listened to those as a kid. No doubt about that. I was told I can't listen to that stuff. But man, I want to see right now in terms of comedians right now. I want to see if Treach can guess this one right. We have Rodney Dangerfield, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy. Which would Cicely get the biggest laughs from, and why?
From my era, it would definitely be Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
There we go, Eddie Murphy.
Eddie
Murphy. Yes. Can't go wrong.
I know.
Can't go wrong.
She's younger than me, so I'm knowing.
Eddie Murphy.
I'm going to ask Treach and Cicely a question. Was it Delirious or Raw? Which one? He had those 2 huge specials, Eddie Murphy. 1982 Delirious, 1987 Raw.
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
The purple and black suit and the red suit.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
He never missed.
Never. Both of those.
Missed.
Those was legendary. Both.
Yeah. And you would agree this as well, Treach, because you have a great presence on stage. It's not just that Eddie Murphy had the humor and the jokes and delivery. The man had fashion. The man was on stage. He looked immaculate.
Yeah, like a rock star.
Absolutely.
He looked like a rock star.
That's right. Actually, a little funny story. Treach, in 1988, I ended up writing for John Amos years later, but in 1988, I was a kid and I drove by Wendy's, which was being converted into a McDowell's because they were shooting Coming to America.
Whoa, you was in Queens? You was in Southside Jamaica, Queens.
Southside Jamaica, Elmhurst, Queens, Queens
Yeah.
Boulevard, Sunnyside. Yeah.
Jamaica Ave.
Jamaica Ave. Yeah,
That's
they were
right.
shooting over there. And I saw John Amos as a kid, and I told him years later, he said,
Wow.
what was I like? I said, I didn't get a chance to talk to you. There were PAs over there, and I was a kid. It's before I got into business. But I said, you were giving someone advice. He goes, were they listening? I said, yeah, they were listening. He goes, they don't do that anymore.
Not these youngsters. They listening to nothing.
I'm going to ask Jacques. Natalie is saying question. Natalie, which comedian would Jacques Rougeau of the following laugh at the hardest? Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, or Rodney Dangerfield, Natalie?
Pryor.
Pryor, Jacques?
I don't know if it's him, but but is it the guy who? What was that movie when that? Nothing personal with anybody, please. But that big fat lady came down the water slide there. You know, like there was a movie there, and then there was a big fat lady that was with a skinny guy in the movie. You know, and you know that movie for sure. You've seen it.
Oh, that's it. No.
Norbit.
Eddie Murphy, yeah.
Norbit.
That's Eddie Murphy. Yeah, that's Eddie.
He's
wrong.
Okay.
He's wrong. It's Eddie Murphy.
It's
Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
I got music now. I'm gonna finish up. Finish up with music.
And the ballet was Eddie Murphy too.
I'm gonna finish up with
that
music
was
here.
funny. That movie
Was it?
Norbit was.
Oh no!
He was so funny.
No, that's Eddie Murphy played like 7 different characters in every Coming to America. Or like
Nutty Professor. Yeah.
Yeah.
He should have won an Oscar. He should have won an Oscar. He's sitting in the dinner table playing his whole family.
Yes.
Yeah.
He should have.
Yeah.
You're right. He should have.
Oh my God. This is the last one. It's about music. I think it's a cool one here. Cicely, which of the following concerts would Treach most likely have wanted to attend? And maybe he did, but which of the following concerts would Treach would have most likely wanted to attend of the following? Elvis, Tina Turner, or Marvin Gaye?
Marvin Gaye.
Treach, would that be correct?
Wake up.
Yes.
Yes. Of course. Marvin, are you serious?
I want our youngsters to go to you. We're on YouTube now, guys. YouTube,
What?
Marvin Gaye, 1983 NBA All-Star Game, national anthem, the greatest ever. Not even close. There's no doubt about that. Sad story, of course, with his father. We know what happened to Marvin. But man, that's a great one right there. What's Going On was about the Vietnam War.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the Vietnam War. Great song there. I'm going to ask Treach the same question about Cicely. Which of the following concerts would Cicely most have likely wanted to attend and why? Marvin Gaye, Elvis Presley, or Tina Turner?
Eat the pie, Anna Mae. Eat the pie. She would have been up there wiggling, doing the dances, rolling. She would have had the wig on.
Yes.
Keep
Eat
on
the
rolling. I
cake,
like it.
Anna Mae.
I like it. Rolling.
Rolling.
Turner.
Rolling on
Love
the
that.
rhythm.
I would have paid to see her too. I really would have.
Me too.
Jacques Rougeau. I'm going to ask Natalie the question first for Jacques. Natalie, which of the following concerts would Jacques, who loves music and knows a lot about music, which would Jacques would have wanted to attend the most and why? Marvin Gaye, Elvis Presley, or Tina Turner?
Marvin Gaye.
Jacques, would that be correct?
Non, pas Elvis. Arrête.
Pas
Tina, c'est la mienne.
I'm grabbing you.
I saw that look, Jacques. I saw that look.
Who the hell is?
I like Tina Turner. I like Tina Turner.
Oh, that's my Tina. Whoa.
Oh, you were going to go with Tina. Okay.
Not no more. It's his Tina
I like
too.
the Soul Queen.
Tina.
The Soul Queen.
Yeah.
She was bad.
Tina was a legend. Yeah.
She was so good. She was so, and the way she shook her hair and the way she was so like a tiger on the scene.
Pioneer. Yeah.
And those legs.
The
legs.
Oh yeah.
He had everything.
I wouldn't have said that on Valentine.
It's okay. I said it for you.
You know that's.
But she had a. You know what?
Jacques, Jacques, don't listen. Don't listen to her.
But you know what? One of my best songs, one of my best songs ever that I really, really enjoyed. It's when they made Everybody Together, We Are the World. With all the great Bruce Springsteen, everybody that was in there, that was just amazing.
Michael Jackson, Bruce Springsteen,
and all the icons I used to listen when I was young, they were all in one video. And then for me, I couldn't get enough. Michael Jackson.
And it was a weird, Jacques, when you see the video, there's like a weird shot, all these great musical icons, and there's like Dan Aykroyd there with them also singing. It was kind of like a weird little. Yeah, it was fun. Well, why not? But he was just kind of there hanging out singing as well. Dan Aykroyd, a Canadian, also a Canadian, Jacques. There's something to be said about that. By the way, so I gotta do this one. I think this is a good one here. Cicely, which of the following classic TV series would Treach most likely would have wanted to be cast in?
Mm-hmm.
Which of the following classic TV series would Treach most likely would have been wanted to be cast in? Good Times, Baywatch, Cheers.
Good Times.
Treach, is that correct?
Yeah, she calling me old again, yo. Yo, I watch Good Times today. I'll turn on the whole. She know that's my show. Dynamite.
Hey, Treach, the saddest thing, and I remember the episode. The saddest thing was
damn.
Dynamite. Jimmy Walker. The saddest thing was when they got the call about John Amos's character.
Yeah,
car accident.
Florida said, damn.
Yes, damn.
Yeah. Broke the dishes. Yeah.
That was iconic.
And you know John Amos from East Orange.
He is from East Orange, New Jersey. Yeah. Coast Guard too, by the way. Also former NFL player, Golden Glove. East Orange, guys. Treach knows all about East Orange. No doubt about that. Some great talent originating from East Orange, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Just to reiterate that. And then, of course, Treach to Cicely as well. Which of the following classic TV series would Cicely would have most likely wanted to be cast in? Cheers, Baywatch, Good Times.
Come on, man. She would have wanted to throw that bikini on. She would have wanted to be in Baywatch.
Okay.
Going on that. She was sexy, boy. Still is, boy. That body. She wouldn't have turned that down. Had all them people just looking at her. She jumping in the ocean with her hair flowing all over the beach. Yeah. Saving all them surfers.
Cicely, would that be correct? Yes. 2 for 2.
She's been on the cover of A magazine. That's my supermodel right there, boy.
2 for 2.
Baywatch like that.
Okay. That's 2 for 2 right there for and how about this though? How about this? This is a different one for Nathalie and Jacques, because I want to give something that Jacques that you're very familiar with. Nathalie, which of the following action stars would Jacques most likely wanted to co-star with in a movie? Sylvester Stallone, Dwayne Johnson, or Bruce Lee? Which of those three?
Lequel tu voudrais faire avec?
Lequel que j'aimerais être avec?
Wait a minute.
No. I asked the question in French.
Okay.
So say the three names again.
Exactly.
Sure. Who would you like to co-star with of the following and why? Sylvester Stallone, Dwayne Johnson, or Bruce Lee?
Sylvester Stallone.
Is that right?
I think it's right, but I'd rather Denzel Washington. But it's okay.
Yeah,
I'll go with John Wick too. But it's okay. I'll go with put out there.
But, he's John Wick and then
but Denzel Washington equalizes me. I have so much fun, and if I wanted to go into a movie that would really get into me at heart, that I love so much, I think I watched about 10 times, was a Gladiator with the Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe, the Gladiator. That was so meaningful to me. Like, coming from and going through everything you went through, like, and fighting all the way to the end to save Rome, and and just that it was powerful for me, his role in there. And
you realize after 2 hours and 40 minutes, his hair never got messed up either.
But
he's fighting everybody, and his hair's in place the whole time.
But I can't tell you how many times I watched The Equalizers. Denzel Washington. I can't tell you how many times. I swear to God.
My favorite Denzel movie is He Got Game, and there's a true story here. Ray Allen, who played his son, Jesus Shuttleworth, in He Got Game. So Denzel actually took a shot on Ray Allen and nailed 2 buckets on Ray Allen. Spike Lee kept those 2 in the actual final cut. And you know who was pissed off? Ray Allen. He goes, Denzel just scored on me twice.
Of course.
Wow.
And you're going to keep it?
Wow.
Yeah, and you're going to keep it. Yeah, exactly. Final cut. I got to ask, I'm going to ask Cicely this. Dwayne Johnson, Bruce Lee, Sylvester Stallone. for Treach, who would he most likely have wanted to co-star with of those three? We got Dwayne Johnson, Bruce Lee, or Stallone.
Bruce Lee.
That be right?
Yeah, she know I love martial arts. She know I love. I did a movie with like Today You Die.
Okay, yeah.
Like, you feel me? So with in the action, I'm all for like the action and the martial arts and all of that.
No
Steven
doubt about
Seagal, I did a movie with him, so I would have to. Bruce Lee in
Lee.
the 70s, he was catching bullets with his hands, and he was whipping the whole Chinatown. By himself. That's a whole different type. And he was like 5'5" and 100 pounds. I'm like, this little dude right here, he was cut up and he was gangster. He was drinking sake all day and he was whipping ass. I'm like, that's my type of dude.
That's no lie. That's no lie from Treach, guys.
I love
He was
that.
doing all of that. There's no doubt.
I love those nunchakus. You know those?
Yeah,
things?
them nunchucks.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
We do hope you all enjoyed in the comment section. We'll read your comments in a minute. The inaugural edition, of course.
Harvey Klein presents Do You Know?
Of course they do. They know each other well. Treach and Cicely, I'm going to give you a solo layout as we depart. Any advice for our viewers on Valentine's Day regarding their relationship? Anything you'd like to tell our viewers?
Yeah, man. Ain't nothing like each other. It's great to disagree. Respect everybody's individuality. Nobody is the same, man. And just know y'all on it. It's a team sport. Sometimes they say happy wife, happy life. That's true, but it's also happy house, happy spouse. It's a two-way street. Love each other, and know outside is just not a place to be. A lot of people don't want to be outside right now. It's like it ain't the place to be. Find somebody you love, stick with them, yo, and they'll always be there. They always will.
It's beautiful words.
Fight for love, baby.
You're going through a rough time.
Right.
Don't be so quick to give up. Fight for love.
I love that.
Because love always wins. And think about it. When you get old, you want to grow old with somebody. And if you're single, find love. And don't stop until you find it. Keep finding. Go everywhere.
Wow.
Cicely, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Where can I find it? I'm looking. Where can I find love?
I have someone for you.
You do?
I do.
We got to end the broadcast now. We got to go. Guys, it's Saturday night. We got to go.
I got quite a few single friends.
No Treach. You know?
I love playing matchmaker. I got some single friends. Don't worry. I got you.
I like it. Guys, Jacques and Natalie, anything for Treach and Sicily, Jacques and Natalie?
Yeah, exactly. Before you send them off, I just want to say I love you guys. You know, I love
you. You guys are great.
You are amazing.
Y'all funny without even knowing, y'all. Y'all are the best.
You guys are amazing. And Cicely, you stole the whole show with your answer that you just gave. You touched our heart.
Oh, you're smart. You're everything.
When you said, not physically, I mean mentally. I mean
physically too. Bang, bang, bang.
But I'm saying, when things rock, don't give up.
Oh,
don't give up.
No,
that was the nicest thing of the whole show.
Exactly.
That's my opinion.
Exactly.
If you fall off the bed on Valentine's Day, pick it up. Get
Pick it up, guys. And we're gonna Treach and Sicily. We're gonna pick it up soon when you guys are back. Love you guys. Thank you for joining us.
Great. Thank you.
Have a great night. Treach and Sicily, guys, are class personified.
Wow.
Love them here on TKN, Jacques. I'm glad you and Natalie met Treach and Sicily. They are class personified. They're dear friends.
Yeah, they are great.
And for joining us again on a Saturday on Valentine's Day. I respect them.
Wow.
Rick and Lynn was fun to see them.
Rick Barry.
I saw a lot of Rick and me.
Oh, no,
I was going to ask you this before we go. Did you see a lot of Rick and you?
Yeah.
I see that.
But you know, Rick and I are not the only ones. There's a lot of men like us.
Yeah.
You know and I think that this was fun tonight because, like I said, I got to meet these lovely people. And I hope I didn't put you on the spot there when I asked about your girlfriend.
Oh, no, that's okay. Can I share something with you? You like honesty, right? No filter, no gray zone, no gray zone. I'm going to share something with you as well. It's Valentine's Day right now, right? So I'm currently with someone who I love very much, but Cicely's already sent me some text messages of some potential new girlfriends I have. So
you better not talk like that, Abby Klein.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Don't talk like that.
Hey, to my girlfriend out there, you got to step up right now. You got to step
up. Abby, if you have a girlfriend, just and if you ask me the question that you ask them, what is some advice I could give people?
No, I'm going to give in a minute. I want to give you a soul. In a minute, I want to give you a soul, but not yet. I want our viewers to know something, please, because I want to do this, guys. Jacques is underscoring the importance of being in a Royal Rumble. He says, "Oh, yeah, it's easy to be in a Royal Rumble." No, it's not. No, it's not. For you to do what you're doing for the show itself, there's something going on with Harry Smith. This thing is very deep. It's very personal between you and Harry. It's going to go down. It's going to go down very, very soon. But Jacques, anything you want to address before you and Nathalie give our audience some advice about love, before you do that, please talk to this about this event coming up in May.
Well, thank you. It's a great event. It's the 30th of May. It's going to be probably one of the biggest wrestling shows in Canada this year. It's a show that we've been working on for 5 months now. It's in the afternoon, there's a big Comic-Con where people can come meet the superstars, and it's so fun because the gang that we have there, it's incredible. Like Coco Beware, he's going to have his parrot. Jake the Snake's going to have his big snake. Lex Luger's going to be there. There's going to be Hacksaw Jim Duggan with his 2x4. Whoa! And then there's going to be Jacqueline. There's going to be Sean Mooney. There's going to be the Headbangers. There's going to be Jerry the King Lawler. There's going to be, there's so many. Greg the Hammer Valentine. There's so many. And Diana Hart, Harry Smith is going to be there. Sure. And what's his sister's name? Georgia, and so the whole family is going to be there. And the kid, Dynamite Bell, Dynamite Kid's daughter. Yeah. She's going to be there.
Dynamite Dog,
the one I had the big feud with.
With Dynamite Kid,
But it's going to be an amazing time to go and meet the fans the wrestlers in the afternoon, and to go back in memory lane, like I said earlier. That's, I think, the best part of anybody. And then that night, right after that event, there's a big wrestling show, the best wrestlers in Canada. And then I'm going in that Royal Rumble. This is going to be amazing.
Hey, maybe Abby's can come.
Yeah, maybe Abby, you could come. That would be awesome. And then there's also my brother Raymond's going to be there too, the fabulous brothers. So it's going to be an amazing, amazing show. Like I said, 30th of May, Gatineau, Quebec. Go on legendsmania.com.
Legendsmania.com. Let's type this.
So actually, it's GPW. Exactly. GPW legendsmania.com.
GPW legendsmania.com. Yeah, let's get that out there, and let's guys to our TKN host. Let's put that out there all week. Let's put that out there all week as well.
But it's going to be an amazing event. But you know what the hardest thing is, putting an event like that together, Abby, is getting the hotels, the plane tickets, and then to satisfy all these kindergarten kids that are in this show. That it's like trying to organize. It's a lot worse than wrestling. It's like you organize something, and then the one calls you up. He gets his plane tickets. Oh, I don't know. I'm not flying to that place.
It's like a rodeo.
No, I'm not staying at that hotel. And it's like so all the work you do, you got to start over again. But it's like a bunch of kindergarten kids. But all that to say that it's always fun, because once the show happens, and it's going to be such an amazing show. It's going to, people ask me, Jacques, what are you the most anxious of? I'm anxious on the 31st of May, the day after the show.
I see. Okay. The 31st.
Because all the work is going to be done.
Well, not only that, you might be sore, but here's the thing. You're working really hard physically and behind the scenes. So my hat's off to you. And, but, I'm going to start. I'm not wearing a hat, but let me take these off. I want to look you in the eye, of course. I've looked you in the eye before, face to face. But I want to say to you, man, you really do inspire me. Our friendship behind the scenes means the world to me. I would love to be there live as well at the event. You'll get a chance to meet my new girlfriend that Cicely's hooking me up with. So there's that as well.
You're bad, Abby. You're very bad, Abby. I'd like to meet the one you have now.
You make a good politician,
Oh, okay. You don't think I need to cut my hair, though? I should cut my hair, right?
No, that's because you changed the question Jacques asked you. with another question.
With
you
another
know?
answer, you answer. You change the direction of our questions.
Exactly.
But
That's good.
But Avi, before we go, I want to just say something. It's so important
Yes, sir.
to me. It's so important to me to say. You ask these beautiful couples we were with tonight. Any advice that you could give?
Please, Jacques. Yes.
And I just, it's going to be nice and sweet. It's going to be respect. Just respect your partner. And that's all that. And it's a big opening, respect in many ways. If you respect your partner, if you see she likes something, if you see she doesn't like something,
right.
It's all about respect.
Communication.
Communication is very good too. But for me, the respect. And you respect me so much in life, and that's what makes you so special to my eyes is you respect me.
It's not hard for me because I love you, So that's why.
I'm lovable,
you are so like Sunny. Hey, baby.
Sunny, yeah. Sunny's,
there's Sunny right there. Natalie, I want to say this to you as well. Again, for fighting the way you fight and for overcoming what you fought, you become a good friend as well. And I want to tell you, I respect you so much. I'm saying this here live. Yeah, the two of you are best friends, and I think
I'm too old for
you. I'm not going to give relationship. I'm just, you never know. But I do want to tell our audience as well. Being a best friend with someone that you have a relationship with, there's nothing better than being their best friend.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because you know what? The lust, the body changes in time, but the friendship and the compatible. If you're compatible with somebody, that's one of the most important things. If you have someone, if you change yourself in life to make the person happy when you start a relationship, it's all going to come back to normal after a while.
That's right.
So you might as well try to find someone who's compatible to you. And that's good advice I could give to people who start relationships. Don't change yourself for the other person.
No.
Be like you are. If they don't like you like that, then change and find somebody who's like you.
I love that. Jacques, Rougeau, Natalie, we'll be talking soon down the road, a couple of months, not now, but maybe possibly a new show as well down the road with
that would be fun. I like the concept that you brought, and I love it, and it's going to be fun. I'm going to be I'll have more energy in a couple of months when all the hotels are booked and the plane tickets are booked and everything's booked.
And about to be there.
But you need to be there. 30th of May gets, you need to make your way up there, Ivy. You're going to see a show between 4,000 and 5,000 people. The maximum is 5,000, but you're going to see a show that took 1 year to put in the makings. If anybody knows about taking time putting a show together, you do with TKN Network.
Thank you.
So I'm here for you. You need to come to Gatineau for me.
I'm going to be there for you, my friend. No doubt about it. We're going to be in touch very soon, and I'm very proud of everything you're doing. I'm proud of what you bring to the table as a human being. Jacques and Natalie, have a great evening. And I like the Valentine's Day pillow. There's a pillow. It's kind of like a Valentine's Day.
And one last thing, too.
Stunning.
One last thing, too, Avi, before we leave. I want to take the time to say thank you to all the judges on the show, all the people, the fans that write, because they all write some messages as the show goes on week after week. And sometimes I put a comment and they all start saying, hi, Jacques, hi, Jacques, hi, Jacques.
I love the community.
And you have such a great
community.
Let's bring them in now. Let's say hi to the TKN host, Jacques, if you want. Let's bring them in. You are right. What they do behind the scenes and in front of the camera, it's a great team, and I'm blessed to have them all. Let's bring in Giselle and Joe and Kelly and your partner, Team Channel Howard.
You guys are marvelous. And the star of the show these days, I think, is Phil. Hey, Phil, I couldn't believe he beat Miranda.
Yeah, he beat Miranda. Yeah, he keeps winning. Look at this on cue. Look at this, Justin backstage on cue. Look at him. Get your shades on, Justin. Get your shades on. He's on cue. Jacques is saying that you're the most impressive thing he's seen the last few weeks, Justin. Justin, you got a fan, Jacques Rougeau. Look up over here, Justin.
Here comes the bad man.
Hey, yeah. The Terminator.
Miranda, she doesn't look too happy to be next to Justin right now.
Hey,
Justin, so here we
happy
go.
Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, Miranda. Miranda, you guys are awesome. You guys make this show. This is amazing.
You're a great
well, you're part of the family, Jacques. And Natalie, you're a big part of the family. We appreciate you, my friend. You have a great rest of the evening, and we will talk very soon.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Good night, guys.
Good Valentine's Day.
Jacques and Natalie are again. What? There's so many words to describe them, but you know what I love? Honest. Yeah. Honesty. You're going to get the truth no matter what. Jacques, we speak on Sundays about the show on Saturday nights, and man, the passion. I've learned a lot from Jacques. I've been able to soak a lot of it in. And by the way, Nathalie, I keep saying this about her. She's so courageous.
Yeah.
Her story, to see Jacques and Nathalie, the first time I really saw them, I didn't know them that well. I was following their story on Facebook. And to see them there for each other every day, sleepless nights, hospital beds, being there pulling for each other through thick and thin, that's what relationship is all about. Being there at someone's worst and giving them your best. It's the greatest thing in the world to see, I think. Would you guys agree?
It is.
Right.
It is. 100%.
Your thoughts on that, Kelly?
That's the true test, man. True test. It is. That's that's what checks the bonds right there, is when that happens. And obviously those bonds are tight for those two.
There's no doubt about that. Absolutely. Let me get some relationship advice from you guys before we go to outro real quick. Relationship advice. Well, except for one of you. But I didn't say anything. I just said.
I know who you're talking about there, Klein.
How about the debut edition? Huh? How about the debut edition?
Don't date Cajun women.
Yeah. Or a woman with a tattoo of a dagger on her bottom. I'm not going to go there. But guys, everything else in life will be cream cheese. Let's ask a question here. Joe, relationship advice to our and guys out there, Rick T, Real for Life, Chad Dixon. Check out Chad's post. He's incredible every day.
Yes, check out his posts.
And his videos. Lester pumping us up. Eric, hello. Hello to everybody, guys. We were entrenched in great conversation. You guys were right there with us. Also, I see you there, Carrie. Feel better, Carrie. Nice to Kooky Echoes. That's Carrie. Thank you for joining us. Ralph, I got something for you. I said I would. I got something for you. Thank you, Ralph. You do see Sam, you see Justin, you see a winner in him. But guys, Joe, relationship advice for our audience. Go ahead.
Communicate. When it comes to making plans, when it comes to figuring out life, and you're with your partner, your wife, your husband, whoever, girlfriend, boyfriend that you're working with, make sure to communicate with them and tell them how you feel exactly, because even if you don't know necessarily how they'll react to it, it's better that you tell them and get it out in the open instead of holding it back, and then suddenly you're 3 years later wondering to yourself, why am I in this situation? Communicate.
Communication is key. Miranda, your thoughts?
I definitely think communication is important. Also, a lot of people say, don't go to bed angry. I think that's a good one.
Don't go to bed
because
angry.
it's so true. I hate doing that. I'm always like, we need to say.
What about grumpy? Is it okay to go to bed grumpy?
Maybe, as long as you kiss and say you love the person.
All right.
As long as you know you guys love each other. Also making time for each other and
not stealing the sheets. That's a good one.
Well, yeah, that's important. Put the toilet seat down. That's another one.
Yeah. Not dating my ex from Missouri about 8 years ago. That's one.
That's another one.
Don't date her. There's another story though.
And
That's why all my exes from Texas, right? We know the song. Kelly J. White. Come on, a little relationship advice, Kelly J. White, for our audience out there.
Well. First of all, Avi, you brought it up. Don't go to bed. Grumpy.
Yeah.
I say follow my advice. Don't wake up grumpy. Let her sleep in.
Oh,
but
okay. I like that's a good one. That's a really good one there.
On another note, don't wait. If you're walking through the store and you see something he or she would like, don't wait till the next time you're in. Don't say I don't have time right now. Get it then, do it then. You never know how long somebody's going to be here or how long a moment will last. You have to take advantage of it now.
That's very true. That's very true. You made me think of something. That's true. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pick up my phone. I'm going to do that. If you guys heard what was going on earlier, Cicely's going to hook me up with some of her friends. I'm going to buy some gifts tomorrow. You know why? I don't know who they are yet. They look great. They have great names. I like their names over here. And that's a start. It's a good place to start. So I'm going to start buying some gifts. That's what I'm going to do.
I missed the names. Was it like Bunny and Candy and Muffy or what?
No, those are my exes.
Miss Cadillac.
You were close, though. You were close. You were close. I can give you some of the establishments I met them too one day. Peaceful Pete, let's bring you in right now. Relationship advice, Pete. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Pete, can you hear us? Pete can't hear us. That's okay. That's okay. Justin, no relationship advice. I'm going to ask you a question real quick to our audience. We're only at an hour and 48. We're going to get out of here in about 3 minutes. Very quick outro. Don't go anywhere, guys. You're going to get a chance to see what's going on next Saturday night. Justin, any advice for Miranda in your upcoming final match? People want to know what's going on there. Hey, look, I want to say this. Miranda started off 3-0 against Phil, right? 3-0.
Yep.
Well, Justin is 3-0 against Miranda in
There
total.
you go.
3-0. Any advice for Miranda, Justin?
There's nothing I can tell you that's going to help you. It's done. That's
Wow. Give her something. No, Justin, give her something. We're live. It's Saturday. It's Valentine's.
What did you
Give her some advice.
expect? Did
Give
you
her some
expect
advice,
something
Justin.
insightful from Justin? I don't
Something,
think so.
Justin. Something. Give her some advice. Give her some advice.
Be within yourself.
It's decent.
Don't worry about outside forces, although I think that's something tough for you to do. Gotta say.
All right, Justin here on Valentine's Day showing somewhat of a heart. Pete, any relationship advice for our viewers?
Of course. I know many come to me for advice.
Yes.
Giselle, as you should. But peace.
Yeah.
Peace is what's needed in a relationship.
Peace.
Peace.
Keep the peace. Yeah, keep the peace. By all means, compromise.
Yeah.
Go to your communes, right? Oh, that's stuff like that. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, come to the commune, Giselle. You'll find peace.
All right. I got you. Okay, cool. Giselle, relationship advice for our audience.
I don't think I have anything new. It's been said throughout.
But do you have anything KNEW new?
I always have something KNEW new.
Okay, give it to
Every
us.
Saturday night, every Wednesday night, every day on YouTube.
That's good relationship advice. Watch our shows together.
Watch
Howard,
the
any advice?
Yes,
Any advice
yes.
for our
That's
viewers,
it.
Howard?
That's it.
That's a good one.
Pay attention to the details. Pay attention to the details. That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
The devil's in the details, what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay, got you there.
I needed some of those.
Hey,
Yeah.
here's some of the details we have for you guys.
Someone you're not.
Ralph, Safari, Chad, you're here on a Saturday night on a Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. 12:54 watching live right now. We really appreciate you. I do want to say this. If you guys don't see this episode immediately following the broadcast, it's going to go dark. But tomorrow, this very episode will be re-uploaded on our YouTube in the video section, guys. 9 p.m. Eastern time. You'll be able to see it again. We do have some screenshots. We do have some cool moments that we can cut up and show you throughout the week. But just remember, guys, this is TKN, and whether it's Valentine's Day, whether it's a snowy day, whether it's a rainy day, what's that saying with the Postal Service? Neither
Rain,
or snow,
or Howard. Nothing's going to stop you. Yeah.
Alien invasion.
The Howard part just got added.
Harry Falwell.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of versions of the old post office.
A lot of versions.
Creed, I
The
guess.
Shadow.
Keep adding to that. Kooky Echoes. Relationship advice is don't get into one. Okay, there you go. It's fine.
Ouch.
Howard's applauding that one. I
Okay.
figured he would. Giselle, listen to the peaceful one. Details equal desire. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to shout you out, of course. Guys, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. But I'm going to zip the old lip. Why? Howard, what time is it?
It is outro time, baby!
Obsession's gonna be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about?
Long story short, I go on stage and I say "Valiant Commendador" with my rolled R, and I forget my monologue, and I'm horrified.
There are occasions where you forget your lines, and it's important for that to happen to you once or twice, because what happens in your mind is, I'm never going to let that happen again.
I mean, what's lovely about this show, and what I love what we're going to do together, which we're not really talking about, but kind of talking about,
Right.
is that, you know, it's about having conversation, looking into people's eyes and really like listening to them.
Even though it's a famous family, I think we all have a little bit of that stuff in our family, whether it's addiction, whether it's, you know, whatever it is, whether there's some sort of mental disorder, and it doesn't make us bad.
I speak all over the world. I talk about overcoming fear. You see, everybody has a choice because a lot of people have this negative voice in their head. They listen to this different story. But in order to be successful, you have to learn how to compete with yourself.
So Bill basically comes up and said, guess who's coming today? Stan Lee. I said, what? The creator of the Hulk comic. I said, really? God, I said, Stan Lee, I wonder what he looks like.
I'm talking to you. I'm traveling. I'm going everywhere. I have a lot of jobs. I'm working as an actor.
Yeah.
I've done 53 movies. I've done 4 Broadway shows and 80 whatever.
And I'm sensitive to people who don't want to answer a question. And if I make another swipe at it because I think I should, okay. But at that point, it's a law of diminishing returns, and therefore I let it go.
A Democratic elected president.
That's right.
Who tried to nationalize their oil, which immediately then you incur the wrath of the United States of America. Any country that goes against big oil and tries to nationalize for their people is going to get the U.S. is going to come down with a fist.
I'm so proud of Roosevelt High School and how they stood up for what is supposed to be America and freedom. And freedom is not arresting people without warrants. We have a system here. It's called a constitution.
Here we go! As it comes!
The patron's fitting. We all won in round 2. We all won round 2.